Welcome to my channel, Eve the Empress Oracle. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and do your financial reading to see what's coming in for you finance-wise, what's going on in your financial situation. Will it improve? Will it stay the same? You know, what's kind of going on there so that you guys know what to expect. All right, as always, I ask that you come in here with the open mind, as this is a general reading. Some of you, it may sound like a personal reading, while some of you, it may be hit and miss. So take the parts that resonate, leave the parts that don't. As always, you know, roles can be reversed. So if it doesn't sound like you, if it sounds like it's being done to you, you know, always exchange the energies there. All right, we have pile 1, 2, and 3. Pick whichever one you're most drawn to. These are little affirmations here. So if there's a specific one that kind of jumps out at you or you resonate with more, then go ahead and pick that pile. The timestamp will be listed below. If you resonate with this message, you like this, you want to see more of them, please give me a like, drop me a comment, let me know how it's playing out in your life. Share my channel with family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. We're going to go ahead and hop into it. Okay, for those of you who chose pile 1, you chose the number 5, so that indicates that this is a time all about changes. 5 indicates change. So changes are going to be very important at this time. Okay, but we're going to see in which direction those changes are occurring. But this is the law of attraction and money oracle. And it says, my every story is attracting its vibrational match. Every thought that you think is vibrating at a very personal frequency. And by the powerful law of attraction, the essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. That thought is now attracting another thought that is its vibrational match. And now those combined thoughts are vibrating at a frequency that is higher than the thought that came before. And they will now, by the law of attraction, attract another and another and another until eventually the thoughts will be powerful enough to attract a real life situation or manifestation. All right, that's why if you guys have been with me for quite a while and know about what I always say, how thoughts are very powerful things, it's because what you think of is what you attract more of. Where we all have different frequencies. So you, the person next to you, you know, your spouse, your child, your mother, your father, everybody is at a different vibrational tone. You can think of it as tuning into a radio station. You know, you can't listen to country if you're on a hip hop and R&B station. You know, you can't listen to the top 100 hits currently if you're on a spiritual like a church channel or something where they're reading the Bible and things like that. You know, so it all depends on what you tune into. What frequency you tune into is what you can get. And if you want something else, then you need to change and go on to a different frequency. So that's how it is here. If you want something, you have to make sure you're at a vibrational match. So if you want positive, you can't be thinking negative and then think that that's going to come to you, because then you guys are not on the same plane. All right. So I'm going to lay out all the cards and then I'm going to go ahead and give you the messages. So this is the holographic tarot. All right. You have the 5 of Wands, the Hierophant, the Justice, the Star. This is the Energy Oracle. Victory. This is the Wisdom Oracle. Observer. And then my personal deck, I'll close the reading with that. All right. So here with the 5 of Wands, you may have been in conflict with somebody. You and someone may have been in conflict, or there may have been conflict in your work, or job or in your personal life. I'm getting more so it can be in your personal life, because the Hierophant represents traditions, represents commitments, can represent marriage. All right, so take it how it applies. But some of you guys may have been in a conflict, in a marriage, or in some type of commitment, some type of partnership here. All right. And then with the Justice, this is bringing things back into balance. All right. So maybe you or the other person, whoever this is with, things were not fair. Things were not being treated fairly, or someone was getting the lower end of the stick. You know, they weren't getting their just due. And that could have been the conflict of going back and forth, you know, about, you know, what's right, what's not, who should do what, who should do this, you know, and things like that. But with the Hierophant, you have to really pay attention of where you're putting your faith. Because like I said, the Hierophant represents traditions. It could represent the church, your beliefs, the commitments, the partnerships, marriages, things like that of traditional nature. And your beliefs are very important. So what are you believing to come out of this situation? You know, the Justice is here to bring everything back into balance. So everything will come into balance. And then you have the Star, which is all about healing. Okay, some of you guys can be dealing either with a Libra or an Aquarius, because those are their cards, or a Taurus. But these can just be the principles that these cards represent. All right, so the Star is telling you that after this battle, after, you know, having, some of you guys may even have to be taking legal action to make sure that things are put in balance, or this person, you, taking legal action to make sure that they're not getting gypped, or, you know, they're not getting the short end of the stick. Just know everything is going to come out balanced and fair. All right, so even though it may not be exactly what you had hoped it would be, it's fair in the end. Okay, and there will be some healing that you need to do upon this, once this judgment is made. Once the final decision or the verdict, or, you know, that was the word I was looking for, is made, you know, then you can heal and you can move forward and you can put this behind you. All right, for some of you guys that are married or were married, this can be a divorce, because we have the Hierophant and the Justice, and then the Star, the healing after the separation or divorce. All right, and that can be you guys having to get your financial situations intact and, you know, balanced out here. Or this can be a work partner. You know, maybe you went into business with somebody and now you guys aren't on the same page. You guys aren't seeing eye to eye. Maybe someone was slacking and not doing what they needed to do. Maybe someone was pocketing more of the profit than the other. So this is just calling you to observe, okay, to just, you know, kind of wait things out here. See how things are going. Be patient, because it is going to take a little bit of time. All right, make sure that you are keeping your vibration up to what it is that you want. If you want this victory that is assuring you is here for you, then you need to make sure you're in that victory vibrational match. Because if you're still here being bitter, having resentment, wanting the chaos, the conflict, the fighting, then that's where you'll stay, and this will be waiting until you progress and move forward. Okay, because the healing is here. So this is being hopeful, having faith, being able to heal after the wrong that was done to you, or being able to recoup from the situation that, you know, maybe was not in your favor, you know, if you weren't doing everything you were supposed to do. So regardless of the person that didn't do right, or you're quote unquote the victim, all right, then either way, it's still going to benefit you. You know, things are going to work out in your favor. You just may need to change that perspective of if it is fair, if it is balanced. Because if you're expecting a certain something and then it don't turn out that way, you may see it as a loss, when really, if you look at the bigger picture, it is a blessing. You know, like, be grateful for what you have, because maybe you could have lost a whole lot more. Or, you know, maybe this person isn't taking, you know, the necessary legal action. Maybe they're trying to work it out outside of court. Or, you know, if this is you seeking your just due, then maybe you wanted more, you know, but you got to make sure not to let the greed get the best of you, you know, because that's kind of what put you in this situation possibly in the first place. All right, so just make sure that things are balanced and you are doing the best that you can possibly do throughout this situation. You don't want to add any more fuel to the fire, because I'm getting either you can be observing or someone can be observing you, especially if this is a legal situation or some type of business situation, even in a marriage or, you know, partnership. You know, one can be watching the others, you know, keeping tabs on the other person, to really see, you know, what they should do next. Because if they don't feel like they can trust you, or you them, you know, by you observing and seeing what they're really doing, or, you know, how they're really handling the money and stuff like that, then that's what's going to help you make the final decision, you know, whether to move forward or to continue to work with this person. All right. But all in all, the end will be good. The outcome will be positive. You have the star here. It's all about healing, all about faith, all about moving forward. Okay. And then you have the victory card here. So you will be victorious. Things will be in your favor. But what I'm getting strongly is it may not be like 100%, like you hit the gold mine, or you got every single little thing you wanted to come out of the situation. So just be mindful of that. But all in all, things will work out in your favor. You just need to learn how to count your blessings and appreciate a blessing when it is bestowed upon you, rather than focusing on what didn't work out or what's not working out, instead of focusing on what is, because then that's how you're also getting out of alignment and not vibrationally matching what it is that you want. All right. Now, to wrap this up, this is my personal deck, the Korean Finances Oracle deck. Money that is owed to you will be repaid soon. So there we go. So if any money is owed to you, whether it's from a business partner, from a loved one, from work, or anything, money will be coming to you. You will get money repaid to you. Anyone who owes you money will be, you know, paying you back. Things will be coming back into balance so that you can move forward, so you can heal from the situation, leave the situation in the past. For some of you, this can be like back pay from work. For some of you, this could be maybe a promotion that you were passed on and now you're finally getting it. You know, it can be an array of different things. So just take what resonates with you. All right. But all in all, you have some blessings coming into you. So a conflict will be coming to a resolution. You will be victorious in the end. Anything that is owed to you will be paid to you so that you can heal and you can move forward. All right. So group number one, I hope this is what you needed to hear. And until next time, many blessings. For those of you who chose group number 2, Pile 2, this is your message. You got the number 28. I am developing the skill to direct my thoughts. Okay, if you've been with me for a while, you know I always talk about how powerful the mind is, how powerful your thoughts are, and how we get to choose. You know, the mind doesn't control us, we control the mind. So it is very important where you're putting your thoughts. Like, pay attention to what you're focusing on. All right, and the card reads, the most valuable skill or talent that you could ever develop is that of directing your thoughts toward what you want. To be adept at quickly evaluating all situations and then quickly coming to the conclusion of what you most want, and then giving your undivided attention to that. There is a tremendous skill in deliberately directing your own thoughts that will yield results that cannot be compared with results that mere action can provide. Okay? So, it's telling you to really pay attention of what you're thinking. Direct your thoughts. If your mind ends up slipping into something negative, redirect it to something positive. All right? If you need to take a few minutes a day, if nothing else, and just sit back and think about what it is that you want. Give your undivided attention to daydream for a minute or two, to really try to envision what that will look like if you were to get what it is that you want. All right. Now I'm going to lay these cards out and then we're going to go through them. All right. This is the holographic tarot. You got the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. This is the Energy Oracle, the Magician and the Mirror, and this is the Wisdom Oracle, all that glitters. All right, and then we'll wrap it up with the card from my personal deck. All right, so I'm getting here, it's similar to group one, just a tad bit in regards to possibly a marriage or a partnership, because you have the King and the Queen here. So that can be a husband and a wife, you know, some type of partner. All right, take it how it applies. For those of you in same-sex relationships, you know, this is just the masculine energy, the feminine energy. All right, but this is some type of partnership. All right, so this can be a business partnership or a love partnership. But what I'm picking up here is, for whatever reason, you guys are not on the same page. Someone is not happy. Someone is not happy. Because if you look at these two cards, the Queen is looking at him and extending her cup to him, trying to give an offer, trying to give a gesture or something. So she's extending her cup to him, kind of like in a submissive way. You see how she's kind of like slouching with her head down, whereas he's sitting up like tall and authoritative, whereas she's kind of slouched down. And even though she's looking at him, he's looking away. If it could focus, you can see he's looking away in the opposite direction, and he's holding on to his, keeping it tightly to him, not extending it back and not reaching to her, not paying attention. All right, so what I'm getting based off of that, and I don't always go based off the pictures, but every message is different. Every message calls to pay attention to different details. All right. But here is what I'm getting. This can be, as I stated before, marriage, you know, romantic relationship, or business partnership. Someone can be more authoritative and someone can be more submissive. Someone can be trying to bring an offer to the table or trying to present something, and the other one is not paying it any mind, not giving this person the same attention or even respect for that matter, to acknowledge what they're trying to present. Since these are cups represent the emotion, you know, they're usually used more in like love readings, which is why I said it could even be a marriage. But someone's heart can be in this situation while the other's is not. Someone can be more cold-hearted while someone is more emotionally involved and invested. You know, they're doing it wholeheartedly, while the other person may not. All right, so you just need to pay attention to who you're in partnership with, whatever partnership or relationship this is in your life. The Page of Swords is here. So this can be some type of news of truth, some type of truth coming to surface, someone delivering you some type of news or some type of information that you had no idea about before. Or this can be someone keeping tabs on you, spying on you, watching you, trying to see maybe if you're sincere, depending on which one you are here. If you're the person wanting to give it your all, you're the person kind of staying away because you're not believing this person or whatever. Someone's keeping tabs on the other person if this is not a truth that's coming to light. All right, and you just need to be mindful because someone may be coming in without tact. There may be some conversation without tact. There may even be an argument or an exchange of words based upon whatever this news is coming to your attention. You know, so there may be argument. It may be aggressive. You guys may be saying things before really thinking it through. All right, because this is taking action without worrying about the consequences. All right, so this is why you probably got that card about focusing on where you're directing your thoughts. All right, because the information could be coming in as this person is genuine. This person does sincerely care. This person does sincerely want to work with you, want to be in a, partnership with you, want to take on this project with you. This is someone who's trustworthy. This is someone who has great ideas, but maybe because you've been burned in the past, you're not being open to it. All right, so flip the energies however it applies to you. All right, and you just need to be mindful of either someone or you taking action too quickly. You may be taking action real quickly to try to cut this person off, stop them in their tracks, like not really give this person the time of day. Or you need to be mindful of someone who's coming in so swiftly, coming in quick, and not really taking the time to build that rapport, to take the time to build that trust, and you guys get to know one another and stuff like that, to have the best business partnership. All right, and even if this is not in regards to necessarily business, then it's a personal relationship that is affecting your finances. Someone may be spending more than the other and not being honest about it. Someone may only be in the relationship for the money, for the finances. So you may want, that's probably where this research is coming in, this little spy is coming in to really see maybe how that person is spending their money, or what their true intentions are. All right, so you just need to pay attention to that. All right, but you have the Magician and the Mirror here, and that kind of piggybacks onto what we were talking about with this career and finance oracle card, which was focus on your thoughts. Your thoughts can manifest things. Be intentional about your thoughts. Where are you directing it? Okay, the Magician in the Mirror. What you think will bounce back to you. When you look in the mirror, you see a reflection of yourself. So your outside world is a reflection of your thoughts. So if you're in a shitty situation, you've probably been having shitty thoughts, negative thoughts, not thinking that things can improve. If you're in a good situation, you're doing well for yourself and stuff, then that's probably because you were more optimistic. You were having more better thoughts. You were one of those people that know that, the darkness only lasts temporarily. So you have this ability to change how you're thinking, to change the direction of your thoughts, to be this magician, to be able to manifest the things that you want in your life, to be able to work with that law of attraction. All right, to get on the same radio frequency, so to speak, to be able to receive what it is that you want. All right, because then you have the all that glitters is here. Now, the card just says all that glitters. So the impression is that things will work out. There may be a blessing. There may be finances here because it's all gold. But then there is the long time saying that all that glitters isn't gold. So again, there's that warning of making sure who you're in partnership with. Who is it you're giving your attention to? Are you, being honest and, you know, true on your word and things like that. So to make sure things are in balance, because if not, then what you do to others can come back to you, and vice versa. All right, so really pay attention to this stuff. It's not a negative reading. I get this more as a warning, because you really need to focus on your mind. What is it that you're focusing on? You know, and that's what you're going to attract more of. And then just to be careful not to take too much action, you know, or argue and watch your words and stuff when addressing this individual, whether romantic or business. Okay, now to wrap this up, this is my personal career and finances oracle deck. Look into self-employment. Okay, so for those of you that regardless if this is a business partnership or romantic partnership, maybe it's time for you to look into self-employment, whether it's to have a side hustle or full-time working for yourself. You know, look into self-employment, look into other avenues of income that you can generate on your own without having to be in partnership with somebody. Or so if this is a romantic relationship or something, if it's some type of financial codependency here, that you can still be financially well off once things break off. Or if this is a business partnership, look on ways to branch off and do it solely on your own without having to have a business partner. All right. So this is the time for you to really tune into your thoughts. Do you believe that this is possible? You know, what are you thinking about this? All right. But self-employment is something that you should really consider. All right. Try to plan and believe that you can do it. All right. So group number 2, I hope this was the message you needed to hear. Until next time, many blessings. For those of you who chose group 3, pile 3, this is your message. Okay, this is the money and finance oracle deck. And this is the number 31, which simplifies to a 4, which is all about firm foundation, stability, security. And it says, I can have money and freedom too. That's very important. The card reads, a feeling of being overwhelmed is your indicator that you are denying yourself access to all manner of cooperation that could assist you if you were not disallowing it. As you begin to feel freer regarding the expenditure of time and money, doors will open. People will come to assist you, refreshing and productive ideas will occur to you, and circumstances and events will unfold. As you change the way you feel, you assess the energy that creates worlds. It is there for your ready access at all times. Okay, so it's talking about, you know, you don't need to just be a workhorse. There's a few people in my personal life that I say this to all the time. Like, you know, it's good to be ambitious. Everybody wants that financial security and stability, but you know, you working all day, all night and not having any time to actually enjoy the benefits of your labor, like, then what is it all for? All right, so you know, you can have money and freedom too, so just keep that in mind. All right, it's not always about chasing the dollar, chasing the coin, chasing the money. All right, yes, money does make the world go round. It can make life easier for anybody. Okay, but money is not the solution to all problems, because just take a glimpse into the rich and famous, you know, the millionaires and billionaires that we all know about. They have real people problems too, even though they have all, you know, all the money that they possibly could have asked for. So just make sure you try to keep that balance, and you're not just so focused on money that that's what you eat, sleep, think, dream about. Make sure there's a good balance there, that you're also taking time for your well-being, to enjoy the fact that you have this money that you've been working for. Because if your life is just all about work, then when the work is done or you can no longer do it, or let's say that business that you're in isn't thriving anymore, it isn't as lucrative anymore, then what do you have? What memories do you have aside from you're always at work or you're always working? You don't want to be working all day and then come home and then be too tired to enjoy it. Because then that's your whole life is work. You'll look back and your whole life was nothing but work. And that may be okay for a very minute few of you who are actually in the field that they truly love. As they say, if you really enjoy what you're doing, you're not really working a day in your life. So no, that may not apply to you because you may be enjoying what you're doing. But even so, are you so consumed by that? Like, that's the message that I'm really getting, is like, are you so consumed about the method of how you generate your income that maybe you don't have as much time for your family, as much time for your friends. You don't have a big social group. And everybody doesn't need a big social group. I personally don't. I keep my circle small. But I have a very select few good friends. There's a quote that says, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. So in that sense, I'd rather have a handful of friends that I know are, legit, true, than 100, Instagram followers or people talking about, they're your friends, and when push comes to shove, they're not about anything. All right, so it's not necessarily about a big social group, but about having some type of social life. How are you unwinding? How are you relaxing? How are you going about self-care and joy and happiness and fulfillment? What are you doing? That's the biggest message I'm getting here, is you really need to put things in perspective and don't be so consumed about work and money, because money can be here one day and then the next day it could disappear. The richest people can go bankrupt tomorrow, and then what? Do they have that loving, supporting system to be there for them when they fall? Or were they just so ambitious, so worried about the power and the success that they didn't pay anybody any mind? All right, so yeah, that was the big message I was getting there regarding that. So just make sure that's your affirmation here, that you can have money and freedom too. It isn't about being a workhorse. It isn't about working 24/7. Okay. This is the holographic tarot. You have the 10 of Swords. So yes, feeling like the world is on your shoulders. You have the Queen of Wands, the Judgment, and the 9 of Cups. All right, this is the Wisdom Oracle. You have Serendipity. This is the Energy Oracle. You have Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. And then this is my personal deck. We'll wrap the message up with that afterwards. So with the 10 of Swords, you can feel like the world is on your shoulders. Like I said, you're a workhorse. You could feel like you've hit rock bottom, or there's nowhere else to go. You just need to keep working. That's your solution. So whether it's an external personal problem, some type of personal issue that you're going through and you're immersing yourself into work, you're throwing yourself into work to avoid it, or whether it's just, all about work, you're the go-to person, you're the boss, or, You're the main person, the only one who could do it. If you're not around, the whole business or company or whatever will fall apart. Either way, regardless of how financially successful you are, because I'm getting that you guys are actually financially successful, like that you're not hurting for anything, you know. But the work and health balance there's no balance there. It's all about work, which is why all this stuff is stabbing you in the back. So you may be doing a job that may be actually detrimental to your health, or you may be doing a job that's taking a toll on your physical, mental, or emotional well-being. So you really need to pay attention to that, okay? Because then you have the door to personal healing and happiness. So having some type of freedom, you know, can bring you happiness, but also healing, feeling good. All right. Like I said, that self-care is so important. Like, you cannot buy peace of mind. You cannot buy health. Sure, you could buy medicine, you can buy the best doctors, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, they cannot actually just bestow upon you 100% good, clean bill of health. You know, you can have all the money that the medicine can get, but you still may have that ailment, you know, and especially if you're not putting self-care as a priority. So with this Queen of Wands, you may be dealing with a fire sign individual, which can be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. But if this is not a person that you're dealing with, then this is you needing to come into that fire energy power, about reclaiming your power back. So some of you may actually have a powerful position in work, but in your personal life, in your, you know, real life matters aside from work, you may not have control or any power over that, or at least that's how you feel, because your work is so consuming. So this is about you honing in on that fire energy, about getting your power back, being authoritative, not only at work, but also in your personal life, prioritizing your personal life, because fire signs are very passionate. All right. They act on, you know, kind of like on their heart, on their desires. So this can be you getting more in touch about what it is that you really want out of life itself. You know, what are you working for? What are you working towards? If all your money was taken away today, what will you have? What will you do? Okay, like those are real serious questions you need to sit there and ponder on a little bit to get things in perspective for you. You need to reclaim your power, and you need to put your health in as a priority. Reclaim that power. Find things that you're passionate about. Like, what are you passionate about? What makes you feel alive? What makes you feel happy? What makes you feel like everything you're doing is worth it? All right, because then you have the Judgment here. So things are coming full circle. The karma, there may be some type of karma that needs to be paid, some type of karmic debt. There's some type of judgment that's coming upon you. Or maybe this is you finally coming to a realization because you feel like you've already hit rock bottom. Maybe for some of you, you may have lost a partnership, or, you know, fell out with someone who was close with you or something, and that relationship was very important to you, whether it's a family, friend, or romantic. And then that's, you know, getting you thinking like, if I would have made more time for this person, that would have never happened. All right. But all in all, once you come to this conclusion, once you come and change your perspective of things, once you put your well-being first, all right, and stop focusing solely on the money, solely on work, then you will come to like a wish fulfillment type of energy, type of vibe. You'll be happy. You'll have it. See, this person in the cup, he has all the gold cups. He has them behind him. But does he look tired? Does he look weary? Does he look exhausted? No, he looks full of energy, ready to take on the day, he got a pep in his step. He's good to go. Can you say the same about you? All right, this is the energy that you can step into. Okay, once you open the door to your own personal healing and happiness. Like I said, what is it that you want? Then you have the serendipity card here, which is also about blessings, the 4-leaf clover, luck, blessings, you know, the money is there, but I don't think you're really fully reaping the benefits of it. All right. Now to wrap this up, this is my personal deck. And it says the answer to this career finance question is yes. So if you came into this reading asking a specific question or wondering if you should take a break, or, you know, if this message was for you or whatever it was, if you asked a question that could be answered with a yes or no, the answer is yes. All right. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can take a break. Yes, it's time for a vacation. All right. Yes, they will be okay if you take a day off, or if you tend to your personal needs for a minute or two. Yes, you can get this person back if you prioritize them. Yes. Okay. If there's something that you truly want, you know, the world is ahead of you, but you need to change and focus on what it is that you want and make sure that that work and life has balance. All right, group number 3. I hope this is what you needed to hear. I really wish you guys the best. And until next time, many blessings.